Hey guys and girls, welcome to another Sunday afternoon. Welcome to another Sunday, and a beautiful Sunday afternoon it is. Quite different than last Sunday, without a doubt. Incredible. It's only 50 degrees, 51, 52 degrees maybe by now, but it was 50 exactly on Chris's car and 49 on my thermometer in the house when we got home from church. And we had a great church today. Great church. I had deacons meeting right after church, and so that was really nice. Talked about our new building plan. We got our building about halfway done, and we're waiting out on regulations and logistics and permits and all that stuff right now. So that's slowing us down like it always does. And hopefully we're going to have less regulations in America coming up here pretty soon. Another couple of weeks, we'll start having less regulations, and maybe that'll boil down into states. I know Oklahoma does not have a whole lot of regulations and doing things, but we got way more than we need, even though we're a very conservative state. But you get into some of these liberal states like California, there's so many regulations. If you want to start a business, you want to start when you get out of college, you might be able to do it by the time you 30 or 40 years old. I don't know. But anyway, regulations, I guess they got to have them. And we've run into a lot of stuff in building onto our church, but it's going to be fantastic when we get it done. I did want to give you a quick rundown on what a couple, 2 or 3 appearances coming up, because if you're within 100 miles of where we're going to be, you need to come and visit us. There are going to be great events we're at. All of them are great events. One of them, this is coming up real quickly here, Saturday, January the 18th. I'll be at Angler's Choice Marine. Tim Pope and all the guys there and girls. I've been there several times before. Just about every top name fisherman's been there. These are great dealers, Angler's Choice. I think they're both Ranger dealers and Tracker dealers, and they're just incredibly great people. They do an amazing job for their clients and their customers and their friends, and we're going to have a great time there on Saturday, January 18th. That's just right around the corner. Angler's Choice Marine, that's in Lexington, North Carolina. I'll be down at the Take 5 show. Take 5 is an oil change company. Take 5 minutes, an oil change. And, they use a lot of Pennzoil. They use Quaker State. They also use Shell Rotella. And so I'll be there. But here's the big deal about that. I'll be there on Monday, January 27th. But I will have my Shell Rotella wrapped Ranger 521R really tricked out. You want to see what a really big-time tournament fisherman boat looks like? That's it right there. It's beautiful. I have my boat there. I'll have my Expressway Ram truck there also at that show. We'll have them both in the Shell booth. And I understand, I have never got a complete confirmation on this, but they asked for pictures and stuff. We may even have a Jimmy Houston bobblehead. So, I'll be bobbling around there. I hope we do have a Jimmy Houston bobblehead, because I'm going to put 1 or 2 back for myself, as a matter of fact. But be sure and come by and visit us if you're at that Take 5 show. I don't think that is a consumer show. I just think it's for the Take 5 managers. And it's actually about a 3-day show, but we are only there on Monday. January 27th. Monday is the time when the vendors are there, and there'll be a lot of vendors there that sell Take 5 products, and we'll have a big booth there and have that Ranger boat in there, as well as the Ram truck. So come by and visit, say hi, and get your bobblehead if we have them. If not, you can get an autographed hat or a picture or something. We're going to have a lot of pictures there, and we're just going to have a lot of fun. We talk a lot of fishing. We're in a great fishing area down there. I fished all the lakes there in Disney, as a matter of fact, and they're really good. I'll be at Forlawn Baptist Church on the first day of February, Saturday, February 1, in Parkersburg, West Virginia. That's right. I'll be flying into Charleston. That's the following Saturday after we're down there in Florida. I'll be there on Saturday, February 1st. I think it's an evening event. It's a great event. We're going to just have a lot of fun. And so make sure that if you're anywhere around Parkersburg, West Virginia, that you plan on being there Saturday night, February 1. Real easy. First day of February. Real easy. Saturday night, February 1 at Forlawn Baptist Church, Parkersburg, West Virginia. We're going to have a great time. I'll be down in Mississippi. I've spoken at a lot of churches over the years in Mississippi. That's definitely in the Bible Belt. Lots and lots of people down there that go to church regularly. Lots of Baptists in Mississippi. I will be at North Crest Baptist, Meridian, Mississippi, Friday, March 21. That's a big event. That's a really nice big event. There'll be more speakers than just me, and it'll be just a fantastic event. The event may go all weekend. I'm not real sure about that, but North Crest Baptist, Friday, March 21, Meridian, Mississippi. So that'll give you a little bit of a run right there. I don't know if that's March 21 or February 21. I'm sorry about that. I said March 21. Now my mind is really confused. It may be February 21. I think it is February 21. I believe it is February 21. Why don't y'all give him a call if you're around within 100 miles or so of Northcrest Baptist. Plan on being there, whether it's March 21, February 21. But I believe that is Friday, February 21, Mississippi, Meridian, Mississippi. It might be March 21. I don't know. Sorry about that. I apologize for all that. Definitely not going to start this video over again because I'm going to go in and watch an Oklahoma Sooners women's basketball game. Our men's basketball team won 13 games in a row to start the season at the Oklahoma University, and then they promptly lost 3 straight Southeast Conference games. Our girls, they are rated in the top 10 in the nation, and they're 1-2 in the conference. So Southeastern Conference is loaded this year. Our men's team, highly overrated and rated in the top 10. I think they were ready to drop down to 17, but they are highly overrated, no doubt about that. But hopefully we can win a few games throughout the rest of the year, maybe get into that big tournament at the end of the year. It'd be nice. But the girls probably be in the tournament for sure, and I expect the girls to go a long way in the tournament. Girls won the Big 12 championship the last 2 years in a row, and right now we're only 2 games out of first in the Southeast Conference. You could be 3 games out of first after 3 games. We're only 2 games out of first. But I'm going to go watch the Oklahoma girls play on television here in just a little while. So the snow, you can still see it back in the background. The yard is not any snow on it. We got a lot of snow on the ranch still. It is melting quickly. It's taken a long time to get rid of this snow, We've got some on the mountain across on the other side of the lake still, but it ought to all be gone by this time tomorrow for sure. There'll probably be no snow inside. We got between 9 and 12 inches of snow. It's just absolutely incredible. So fantastic. We thank the Lord in prayer today at church at Midway Hills Baptist. Thank the Lord for giving us that snow. And I know a lot of you probably cussing snow, and you got a right to, but we have it so very seldom here in southern Oklahoma. And it doesn't last long when we get it, which is one thing that makes it very welcome. It's a beautiful sight. This was about as beautiful as snow as you can ever imagine. I shot a lot of videos on that. They're on the deer videos, the ranch videos, the antler videos, and I shot a special video or two that's just on the snow just because it was so beautiful. Many of you that don't see snow very often in the South are going to enjoy those videos. Those of you that see snow every day, all December, January, and February, snow on the ground every day, you're probably not going to be too interested in that. But it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful snow, and we really loved it. It was a wet snow. We probably got in that 9 or 10 or 11 inches. We probably got somewhere in the neighborhood of an inch, maybe an inch 2, an inch 3 of moisture out of it. I wrote down on my record keeping, where I keep track of how much rain we get. I wrote down 9/10, so I'm being a little bit conservative there. But they say that on the average, wet snow, dry snows, on the average, you get it takes about an inch of snow to equal 1/10 of an inch of rain. So it takes 10 inches of snow to get an inch. But this is a pretty wet snow. It probably is more than that. It can be as much as like 1.4, 1.5 inches out of 10-inch snow, but I just wrote that down as 9 inches. We got quite a lot of videos on the ranch this week. We got a lot of turkeys going around. We got a lot of turkeys showing up here at the house. I saw a bunch the other day. I bet it had 40 or 50 turkeys in it, and they were right here at the house. So we got great turkey videos and great being able to watch the turkey and the deer. It's just been fantastic. So it was a special week here at the ranch. I was here with Chris this week, just her and I, and we have not left the ranch until today from last Sunday. And that's pretty much if we're here at the ranch, we're not going to leave unless it's Sunday. That's just all there is to it. By the way, I donated a fishing trip. We get about 500 requests a year to donate fishing trips, and we do it mostly for kids, to be honest with you. We donated a fishing trip to the Davis High School football team who had just won the state championship. They just won the state championship for, I think, about the 7th or 8th time at Davis High School, which is right down the road from Midway Hills Baptist, midway between Sulphur and Davis. Sulphur played for the state championship also, but they lost in the semifinals. But Davis won the state championship in a big upset, and they're trying to buy those kids rings. They're having an auction this next Saturday. So if you're anywhere around down in our area, southern Oklahoma, get involved in that auction. I put a fishing trip in there that I'm going to take somebody fishing, donate that fishing trip to them. And like I said, we get about 500 requests a year and can't do but about a half a dozen or so. And mostly we do them for kids like Make-A-Wish and Brass Ring Society and St. Jude's Hospital and things like that. But these are our local kids. Many of those kids go to our church. And just so proud of them winning that state. They're good kids. They're the right kind of kids. They're not just good football players. They're the right kind of kids, and they're having an auction so they can buy their state championship rings. And also, I gave them an autographed fishing jersey, which those fishing jerseys are about $100 a piece if you buy them, but autograph that, and whoever gets that fishing jersey, if they'll frame that thing and hang on to it, wait till I die, and sell on eBay, they can sell it for quite a bit of money, I'm sure. Fishing jerseys are a big hot item, and so, but if you're anywhere around Davis, Oklahoma, check with them there at Davis High School and find out how you can get involved in that auction. Buy those boys a state championship ring. I played sports in high school. I never won a state championship. We won some conference championships at Moore High School, but I never won any state championship at all. So it's a big deal for a high school kid to win a state championship. There's several different divisions in every state, but there's only one state champion in that division, whichever division you happen to be in. So I want to also remind people to not forget, in all the fires that's going on out there in California, and they're raising money to help the people in California, don't forget those hurricane victims over there in North Carolina and Georgia and Alabama and Florida. Don't forget those hurricane victims, particularly the ones in North Carolina. They seem to be suffering more than any of them. We still have people here in Murray County suffering from the tornadoes that hit this last spring, not less than a year ago, hit Sulphur, Oklahoma, and it's the one that tore my roof of my boat dock up down there, which I still didn't have fixed. We're going to start working on that this week. But getting that roof taken off there and try to figure out what we're going to do on that. Might try to build a little bit bigger dock out there or something. I don't know. But anyway, you use that the roof getting torn up as a blessing, not as stuff that's bad. My insurance company wouldn't pay me a penny on it, obviously. But we might do something kind of nice down there. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, don't forget those people in North Carolina. My friend Greg Malden is still building that trailer park, because a lot of people have been donated trailers and given tiny houses, and a lady donated, I think, had 65 acres, and she donated part of that 65 acres for him to be able to build a trailer park there where the hurricane victims could park camper trailers and things like that, or pitch a tent. A lot of those people are living in tent in this wintertime. The snow just went through here in the cold weather. We got down to 15 degrees one night. We got 12 degrees forecast in about another 10 days, but we got down to 15 one night, 16, 17, and imagine living in a tent out there in that, and then also getting 9 or 10 or 11 inches of snow like we got here. Well, those people in North Carolina in the mountains are doing that. So if you want to donate any money to them, $5, $10, to help them, you go back and look at that video. I don't have the information just off the tip of my tongue, but you can donate that money to that hurricane fund over there. And what Greg Malden's doing is he's using his equipment. He's a construction guy, and he's using his equipment, and him and his wife are donating their time, and they're running the equipment. And what they use that money for that you donate there is just simply diesel fuel and food while they're over there working. I think they're going over there working every weekend and have been doing it for several weeks now. So go back and look at that video I did a couple weeks ago. And in fact, I might stick it up somewhere on something this week. I don't know, but you actually donate to a Baptist church and to their fund there. They got it. So you're actually not sending money directly to him, but to the Baptist church, $5 or $10, and a couple thousand of you do it. It'll be a lot of money that can buy a lot of diesel fuel and help them build that trailer park. They're working every weekend building that trailer park, and they've got some of the tiny houses being donated, many RVs being donated. A lot of those people are going to be able to live in an RV throughout the winter because it may be quite a while before they get their houses back. Many of them will never get their houses back, never get their houses back. Also, the fire victims in California, oh my gosh, that thing is still going on. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And how in the world they let all that underbrush grow up out there, and I don't know how that happened. And knowing that those Santa Ana winds are going to come, knowing they're going to blow at night, and those fires, I don't know how they started. It probably doesn't really matter right now, other than if they were started by someone, which they believe they were. Certainly that person should be caught, hopefully, and held accountable for those fires. I think the death total is up to 16 or 18 people now, and billions of dollars worth of homes. And many of those people didn't have insurance on their homes because so many of the insurance companies have pulled out of California because of the massive amount of regulations they have out there, and they just can't afford to sell people insurance there in California. They can't afford the regulations. Many of the people that were paying a lot of tax money in California have left California also because of their high taxes, and California is such an incredibly beautiful state. I mean, it's like might be the prettiest state we have here in Oklahoma, in America, except for southern Oklahoma. It might be. I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic out there. The weather is gorgeous. It's an incredible state, but it's been run for a lot of years pretty poorly out there, and they're paying the price for it right now. But there's lots of ways you can help on that, and you can go to about any television station's got ways you can help, and like I saw where Disney gave $15 million. I saw where Fox News gave $1 million. You don't have to give $1 million to be really, really important to them. $5 or $10 or a $20 bill. If 1 million people do that, that's $20 million. 1 million people do a $5, that's $5 million. So you don't have to be those big fancy donations. Just every little bit helps, and it really adds up. And I don't know, it's going to take those people years out there to recover. Many people will not recover. Many people will not recover. And not only have they lost their home that they live in, they've lost everything they have, their clothes, their fishing trophies, their guns, their rings that belong maybe to their father or their. I lost a ring last year, 24. I lost a ring while I was out fishing on the lake that I took off of my dad's hand when he was laying in the casket. My dad's wedding band, I took it off, and I wore that ring now ever since 1990, and lost it this last year. But there were many people that had things just exactly like that they lost, that are irreplaceable, and you can't put a price tag on things like that. It's a personal memento, and there was like probably hundreds of thousands of those lost out there in those fires. So help those people out there if you can. I've heard people say, well, those people out there in California deserve it. They voted in those politicians that let the state burn down, and so they deserve that. They deserve what they get. And many of them talk about how bad a lot of things are out there, and how bad the morals are out there in California and everything. But let me tell you, there's a lot of good people in California. I've got a lot of friends out there. There's a lot of good Christian people in California. They're not all heathens out there. There are some, but there's heathens everywhere. And, most all of us that are Christians are just born again heathens is what we are. Just put it right down to the fact, But most of the people out there are not Christ-like people, and most of the people out there don't really have much of a belief in God. I heard one lady talk about being able to get out of her house and save her, I think maybe a son or a daughter or something. And telling the story, it was just absolutely a miraculous story that God did a miracle there to save her life. And I can't remember if she lost her house or not. I think maybe they didn't even end up losing her house. But she said, I'm not a religious person, but I believe in miracles. Well, miracles don't happen without God making them happen. Miracles happen because of God. Nothing else. There's nothing else out there that creates a miracle other than God. And God uses people to create miracles, but that's still God using the people to create miracles. And she could, said that she's not a religious person, but you don't have to be a religious person to be a Christian. You have to simply believe in Jesus Christ. Jesus is the light. He's the way. He's the only way to the Father God. And if you've repented of your sins and asked Jesus to come into your heart and save you, and you made him Lord of your life, you don't have to be a religious person at all. A religious people's the one that crucified Jesus on the cross. So being a religious person doesn't really have anything to do with it, and having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ does. And God saved a lot of people out there. It's amazing to me when you look at those towns and areas that were burned, that only 16 people lost their life. And I'm sure there'll be more. There'll be just probably a lot of people, just fought to save their belongings and their house and ended up dying in a fire. But for a lot of people in California, it probably will be a wake-up call that they need to start living a little closer to God. They need to not worry about being a religious person. They need to worry about being a godly person. So anyway, I got a Christmas present this week from my buddy Dale Morrell, my fishing and hunting buddy. Dale and I have fished and hunted all over the world. He's an outstanding outdoorsman. He owns Morrell Archery Targets, and a really big guy in the archery business. But he sent me the neatest Christmas present. I haven't loaded the app up, but it's a heated pants and heated shirt, or kind of between a shirt and a jacket, and heated pants. And it's called, you look at heatup.com, Heat up, heatup.com, And you can see those things. I'm going to do a video on them, and you got to download an app, and then that's how you start hooking your things up there, and your shirt and your pants. But it is absolutely incredible. And you know, they sell for $500. They're not inexpensive. But I think Dale told me if anybody wanted any that I could probably be able to get some for some of my friends for $300. So we're going to do a video on that. So watch that video here within the next week or two of the heat up shirt and pants. And Dale had told me about these. These are tactical military grade, absolutely the best you can get. They were developed for our military, the United States military, and to keep them warm in the harshest conditions. And we have some forecast about 12 degrees to get down to 12 degrees in the next 10 days. So I'm going to definitely try them out as well as do a video on them. So, but if you want to look those up, heatup.com before I do that video and see what I'm talking about, you can do that. I want to end this video by just telling everybody that, you know, I mentioned miracles. You can be a miracle in people's life. You can be the miracle that God is doing for them this coming week. And the other thing you can do is you can be the light. You know, as I read the Bible, it seems like I look through so many of our daily devotionals that we do on the Catch a Better Life channel, and they talk about Jesus being light, the light of the world, the light of the world. And he uses people like you and me out here to be the light of the world. Smile at people, encourage them, be friendly to them, joke with them, have fun. Let them see Jesus in you as you live your daily life, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Going to church, sure, God told us that we should go and assemble with other Christians and worship him and praise him and thank him for being such a major factor in our life. Without God, we don't have a life. And even whether you're saved or not, without God, you don't have a life. Your very next breath is dependent upon God Almighty. And but let your light shine. Let your light shine. The preacher said something about light there today, and I'd done a prayer over the offering, and I mentioned in that we need to be the light to the world out there, to a lost world, a dying world. And I again, it haunted me to hear that lady say, "I'm not a religious person, but I believe in miracles," which meant basically she's sort of maybe ashamed to say it or afraid to say it. She believes in God if she believes in miracles, and but she probably does not have a personal relationship with Jesus. I don't know. She might have. That's between an individual and Jesus. You know, the rest of us don't know. We can't look into somebody's heart and know if they're a saved Christian or not. But you can light up somebody's day. You can light up somebody's life just by being friendly, just by speaking something encouraging to them. Everybody that you talk to tomorrow, the next day, all week, everybody you talk to, you have a chance to either brighten up their day or discourage it, or maybe not have any effect on it at all. But if you say something good and nice to somebody, you're probably helping them. If you say something discouraging, if you say something bad, if you pass on a little gossip, if you say something nasty about somebody, you're probably hurting their day, hurting their life. And so speak encouragement into as many people as you can. Be friendly with as many people as you can. Keep that big smile on your face. Make people wonder what you've got, maybe that they don't have. And what you've got is Jesus Christ. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great week. The snow's going to be all gone. More might come this next week, what they're saying. Fish lucky. And remember, I sure do love you.